You know what? This road isn't so bad. I mean, we have our Bible, got a few snacks, and look, the car even has air conditioning. Wait a minute, what does that sign in front say? It says trials and tribulations ahead. That's the fourth time this week, no! But it builds character. Shut up, Allie, we're making a U-turn. This is so pathetic. But you know, you do what you can with what you have. Absolutely. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video, because Shiro plus video equates to Shiro, and I'm glad that you're back to see what I have next to offer. This is the second episode of my series called The Christian Walk is Bittersweet, My Friend, where I share my experience walking with God. The gist of the series is to point out how the Christian walk will not always be a steady one, and how the title suggests that it is in fact filled with bitter and sweet moments. I uploaded the first installment last week that was touching on my background, so if you haven't already, I would suggest that you do. I will link it up here, and you know, if you don't watch it, it's not a train smash, but you know, it would be nice. It would just be nice if you did. Today I'll be talking about the start of my walk with God, what it was like, and what happened soon afterwards. I lost a big chunk of footage, so I'm just giving you a disclaimer
that in some part of the video further down the line, I will not look the same way that I look right now. So let's begin.
So it's safe to say that at the age of 18 is when I really started my walk with God. I wanted to be a good person genuinely, and not just a person who occasionally did good things. I also repented with the intention to change, and not just repenting for the sake of being forgiven. I honestly felt that the desire to walk with God was coming from a different place, because I genuinely felt His love all around me all the time, and He became more of a father and a friend on a much deeper level. For example, I could stand alone and not feel alone, and whilst other people are thinking, you know, oh, she's standing by herself, in my head I'm like, no, I have company, you just can't see him. Yes, I was trying to be good, resist temptation, and make a change for once in my life. I'm telling you guys, I was in utter bliss. This bliss went on for about 3 months. 3 months, and then I felt a negative shift. I couldn't understand what had happened, because I was struggling to get back to that sweet spot I was with Him, and it didn't seem to matter that I was reading His word, or that I was praying with actual tears, or even that I tried a mentor. And so I began falling into a deep kind of depression, just because it was such a pain. But eventually I did get back to a good relationship with Him, but it wasn't quite the same with Him like it was before. So this is the first encounter of a bitter moment that I experienced, you know, the fact that you will not always feel God's presence, and that you may try the same methods as before to try and get back to where you were with Him, but they also may not work. I posed this question to a couple of people, you know, why can't I feel Him anymore? You know, I'm trying, I'm begging, I'm crying, but I feel nothing. And also going to the extent of feeling that I did something wrong. But unfortunately, the answers I was getting at that time were not satisfying me. I was getting responses like, you know, it's not a feeling, or, you know, the word says that if you seek me, you will find me. Not to say that those weren't true, but in my head I was like, then how do I know He's with me? Because this is how I became confident in His presence. You know, I need Him to reveal Himself to me through one of the sixth sense, 5 senses. So yeah, that was just a frustration of mine, not being able to take the answers that I was being given. To the second answer that I was given, I think I took that the hardest, you know, the seek me and you will find me. Because in my head, I was just like, I'm trying desperately, and I'm not getting anything in return. And I'm even going to church when I'm feeling absolutely nothing. And I would go to extra events, you know, try and see if those would help. And I think I remember also going to different churches just to see if their practices and atmosphere would also help. And I would also be in tears over, you know, the loss of His presence, so to speak. So yeah, it was very difficult. And to me, I was just like, how much do you want me to try here? you know. Once I had experienced that level of a connection with God, it became very hard for me to go back to living life without Him. And still to today, I can't. I just know that if I'm not following Him and if I don't feel Him, that they're not gonna work out. I also wanted to add on how easy life became for me, guys, because I would simply ask God for something and it became so wonderful how easy He would make it happen, and also how He would give me things that I would not have even thought to have asked for. I would get 80% for tests that I didn't fully study for, and I specifically remember there was this one test that really shifted my mind in terms of how God operates, because I was in the library studying, and as I was studying I could see that, you know, I can't make this work, and so I gave God an ultimatum. God, I'm going to study this and that, and if it's not in the test, well, too bad. There was a bunch of content that we had to get through, guys. You know, this lecturer was just one of those lecturers that wouldn't really try and help you out to try chop down the material you needed to study. So I remember walking through the library before grabbing a seat, and I had bumped into one of my classmates, and I asked him how far he'd gone, and he had just about covered everything. And I'll be honest, I might have cast the evil eye upon him out of envy. I don't know. Anywho, guys, everything that I had reduced myself to study for was everything that was in that test. And now looking back, I know that if I had just fine-tuned that study session, I could have gotten a higher mark. But guys, I got the second highest mark of that class after studying for only 2 hours. Okay, like 2 hours. It was maybe like 2 to 4 hours, okay, if I'm being honest. So part of the reason I found the absence of His presence so devastating is because of moments like that, you know, how easy He had made things for me. Till today, I don't know what caused me to have lost what I had with God at the time, in the sense of how close His presence I was aware of on a day-to-day basis. That's something I really wanted to touch on, because a lot of Christians often feel that God is not with them, or somehow His Spirit has departed and that He has abandoned us. I can almost guarantee you that at some point in your walk with God, you will feel that He is not there multiple times. And why am I saying that? Because Jesus did at some point too. If the only perfect man to have been born into this world led a sinless, blameless life, a life that He knew was meant to be a sacrifice for others, then what do you think you're the exception? Huh? I want to smack you. I'm just joking. I'm so sorry for all you gentle souls. I'm sorry. It's okay, I'm sorry. I only got a satisfying answer on how I felt at that time from my mother this year. She said that the reason why He might have made life so easy for me at the time was so that I wouldn't have gotten discouraged just starting to walk with Him. Because if you just think about it, if you're already starting to pound someone at the beginning, they are more likely to check out. And so He allowed me to see His miracles work in my life so that I would know from that point onwards how real He is. But the further you go down this road, He is going to have to build your character. He will need to test you to stretch your faith. And how does He do this? Say it with me, kids. Trials and tribulations. Say it louder. Trials and tribulations. So, in order for you to mature in your faith, you need to be tested. You need to be pushed to the limit, and you need to push through those limits, no matter how obscure they may be. I'm telling you guys, you won't know if you're 100 steps from breaking past it, or even 1 step from breaking past it. My English is going. That's why it's called faith. It is you walking blindfolded, believing that God will be your eyes and your feet no matter where you're going. And so, if it feels like you are being put through fire, that's because your faith is being purified. 1 Peter 1 verse 7 NLT version says, "These trials will show you that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold." It's painful, but it's true. This road was never promised to be an easy one. At least not while we're still here. But I have experienced God in such a way that I cannot deny His existence. In fact, I have experienced Him enough to know better and to stay rooted in Him. But do I? No. I fall off the path so many times and I get on equally as much, each time trying to last longer, each time learning something new, but each time always knowing that I need him. And despite how discouraged and ashamed I can get sometimes, I always know that I need him. The times I am telling you I have fought back and tried to act like I don't need him, my subconscious is just like, yeah, right. Another thing that I've noticed is that God always finds a way to bring me back to him. And it's like he is, slowly chipping away at the walls I have built until he finds this inner exposed child with like red swollen eyes. And I believe that if you are in that state of mind where you feel like you have fallen out of love with God for some reason, that he'll do the same for you. Because God doesn't give up on you. He will come looking for you, my friend. Just like the shepherd that left his 99 to look for the one. So that, my friend, is the end of my start of my walk with God. The next episode will be touching on a few more difficulties that I have encountered in my faith, and that will be uploaded next week. So please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be alerted, because I don't know when I'm going to post it, but it will be posted. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, I need you to come here. And closer, come on. Why are you hesitating? I'm not gonna bite them on the screen. Come on. This is a good life, a good life, a good life. This is a good life.